Hello and welcome back to STL. It's been an emotional couple of weeks, months, and overall year. I think we can all agree on that. And before we just get back to the show, I just wanted to say, when we first came up with this show, we wanted to find a place where like-minded people could come together and escape reality and see creative people and see people like them and inspire them to do more. And that's still what our show sets out to do. But I think one thing I messed up was I said escape reality. And I don't think that's the case. I think I'm wrong when I said that. I think when issues like Black Lives Matter comes up and issues like gay rights and human rights as a whole, we need to come together and stand strong. We can't just be like, oh, I'm going to escape reality and go watch this creative show. I think sure that's what we all want to do, and that's somewhat of a utopia, but right now we need to fight for what is right, because injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. And yes, I'm a white male saying this, and I will never truly understand, and I can admit that, but I will stand here and I will fight for every single one of our minority groups and every minority group out there, because they're worth fighting for, and we're all humans, and there's only one race, and it's the human race. And slowly the Black Lives Matter hashtag is losing speed, and that should not be the case. We should be bringing up these conversations every day, and we should be having conversations that change our society for the better. And so we are going to be continuing STL, but we will not be stopping the conversation in any way. We are actually doing a new segment that I am very excited about. We will be highlighting a different activism group every single week, and we're going to see if we can get all of our friends, family, people to go support them that week, and we kind of get more focus on different activism groups so we can do more. At least that's the goal. So our first one of the week, our first one that we're ever doing, is the Black Music Action Coalition. Go look them up. They are a great organization. So what this Black Music Action Coalition is doing is they're fighting deeply rooted systematic racism in the music industry. And so what I want us to do now is just go give them a follow on Instagram, donate if you can, but at the very least, go follow them, go see what they're about, and have conversations with people about them. And next week we'll have a different one, but right now, the Black Music Action Coalition, all the links will be in the description, and that is our activism of the week, and I want everyone to go support it, everyone to be there for it. I'm going to be donating $10 to it, and I want you to too. And hey, guess what? If one person does one thing, it's a ripple effect. If we get everyone to donate $1, imagine that. All right, guys, thank you. And I think we're ready. We're ready to be back. We're ready for that intro to Raw. I don't know what that was. Don't ever. Oh my God, did I just sing?
You'll go far, go change the world, 'cause sky is the limit, and you'll go far, I'm sure.
Alright guys, hey, welcome back. Alright, now welcome to episode 3. Here we go. We have some very, very cool people. This is the first time we are doing a 3-person interview. Well, there's 2 others and me, so that's a 3-person interview. Yes, it is. But guys, I'm really stoked. They're from around the world, like really are. But I'll let them tell you about that, because they're really cool. They're both artists. They just released a new podcast called On That Note, Mortals. We'll talk about that later. Alright guys, I can't wait for you to meet them. Here we go. Roll their tape, Joshy. Love you, Josh. That's our editor, by the way. See ya.
Like, my grandma is probably the only listener of this podcast, and I don't think she's ready for this.
Julie, if you don't know who Zubumafu is, it's because you're either too young or you did not have a childhood, honestly.
Both.
Jacob Collier, you're not going to agree with this, but thank you. Cheeky. Listen, these are desperate times. Everything is valid, guys.
If you're here for Grammy Award-winning music, you've come to the right place.
I'm having a really hard time getting my shit
Oh, I'm just gonna drown myself in this tea that I'm drinking.
Take a shower. I'm gonna wake up in the morning, not in the afternoon.
All right, hello, Julia and Jojo Joaquina, as formerly known. Hey guys, what is up? Welcome on STL. How are you guys today?
We are peachy.
Hi.
Peachy.
We are
yeah.
peachy. Yeah.
Hey.
Well, it's raining over here in London, but I bet it's really sunny.
Well,
over there.
LA
London.
is, you hear it's sunny. It's fall.
Sunny. It's
Wow.
beautiful, actually.
Wow,
Jules
thanks.
just rubbing in your face. All right, guys. So you guys have been came up with this new podcast. Is it On That Note, Mortals? That's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
More
on that
notes.
note. Morsels. Yeah.
All right, and this podcast, I've been listening to it on my way to work every single day, basically, so I can get those views up for you guys. But I
Yeah.
love it. I love.
Oh, yeah,
I just
thank
love your
you,
guys'
thank
dynamic.
you.
That's why I was like, I need to
Of course.
need to have them on the show.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
I guess my question is, can you tell everyone what it's all about and where the inspiration came from, and just give us a little rundown?
Well, I feel like basically Julie and I were tired to looking at each other's faces, so we were like, well, we just have to
Yeah,
make this live.
Let's make it just for
Get people in the loop.
Oh,
Just so I could be like, this is what I have to do.
Actually, let's be honest, Julia. Let's be honest, Julia. We just want to know everyone's dirty little secrets. That's why we're actually doing this podcast.
Yeah, people submit things anonymously with our weekly activities, and they're based on a topic. So we get to just laugh at our followers, I guess, and be like, "Wow, you're a freak too.
And
This is
I
great."
feel-
Hey.
That's something in
The
common.
thing is that I feel like they would never be as bad as we are, so it's okay.
Oh yeah, it's a
It's a
challenge.
challenge.
Every single week, I'm like, you know what? You got me there.
Yeah.
Well done. We also do these. It's the main part of the podcast as well. Like our way of doing things is we write some songs based on people's submissions
Yeah.
on our Instagram page.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
there you go.
we have
Yeah,
we have
because
fun with that.
basically every week we choose a topic. So for example, this week's topic was pet peeves, for example, right? And then people send their pet peeves or their suggestions or whatever the topic is related, and then we vote the favorite ones. And the winner is the inspiration of our song, basically.
Hey,
Yeah.
I like that.
I think my favorite one that we've done has to be dating in quarantine.
Oh,
Dating
that
in
one was-
quarantine.
Oh,
'Cause
God.
you would be surprised, like how weird the submissions are, and it's pretty brilliant.
It's pretty
I love
brilliant.
It. I love it.
Yeah, the word.
Interesting.
And just to be clear, these songs are not the best. Okay, we know it, but we laugh at ourselves, and we invite people to laugh at
Listen.
us as well. Or
Okay,
with us, if
that's a
if
good
it's bonus,
disclaimer,
you know,
just in
yeah.
case. You
The
make
thing is-
everyone think
Yeah.
they're just awful, so then when they watch it, they're like, it's pretty good. That's the idea,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, if we were musicians, we wouldn't be doing this podcast. Get what I mean?
That's very true.
That's a good.
Yeah.
Everyone, they aren't musicians. That's what they're trying to say right now. I guess.
Some people get confused. They listen to our songs and they're like, "Oh my gosh, it's so good!" Like I thought I was on the top hot US hits. No, I'm not. I'm listening to this weird ass podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's about
So,
it.
can I ask you guys how did you guys meet? Where was how did you guys come together to make this podcast? How did Julia choose Jojo? How did Jojo choose Julia? And just where did your friendship come about?
So
Where did it all go downhill?
That's
is
the
what you're
question.
trying to say.
Yeah, basically.
we basically were. I was in the supermarket one day, and this girl wanted to get my Lucky Charms, and what? And we
Give
almost
me
got
your
in a fight.
groceries.
I almost punched her face right in the face.
We wrestled to the ground.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Got arrested. But it could be that, or we were put in the same class and we realized that we have a terrible sense
Terrible.
of humor, the both of us, and we're just as bad as each other. And from then, it's been, my
been-
wife
yeah.
for life.
Hey.
She's got blackmail against me to say this right
course.
now. Like, we've got a code, and
course.
she's just like, yeah, by the way,
Oh,
I've
it's
got
by the
your
way,
whole entire
yeah.
family hostage and everything.
That makes
But
sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
You guys have lived all over the freaking world, both of you. Julia, London, Mexico, Barcelona, Joaquina, Argentina, Brazil, Europe, all of us, LA. I just need to know.
Yeah.
I ask all the people that are from out of this country, where is the best place to live? Let's just let you guys argue this one out.
Socially, I feel like socially speaking, like social life,
LA.
nah.
Okay,
Nah.
wait. Weather and like lifestyle, LA.
Yeah.
Social life, Barcelona.
Argentina for me.
Okay.
Big time.
Okay, well,
But then we're kind of
we'll make
similar.
it
Like
work, yeah.
Spanish people and Argentinian people have kind of the same lifestyle in terms of like going out.
Yeah.
We go out late.
We drink. Let's not.
We
like,
just
let's
drink.
not like a really.
We
Call it-
just
we
drink.
just drink. Okay?
That's what we do.
Okay, that makes sense. That's good.
We just know how.
And we know how to
drink.
party.
I guess that's it. Yeah.
Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
oh, yeah.
Hey, if you know how to party, I mean, there you go. Better than the
Yeah.
United States, probably. Jojo,
Yeah.
you did a touring theater company Shakespeare thing. I don't know enough about it, but I've seen your posts about it. I've seen you advertise for it. I've seen how passionate you are about it. Can we just hear more about that? Because I think it's super interesting, and I want to know even more about that.
So it all started in a cult. I'm just kidding. No, it's like
Yeah.
So I call it the cult, but it's not
I
a
think
cult.
she's
It's not a
kidding,
cult.
but-
But I went to this school called Fonact, and it's in the middle of a place called Fontainebleau. It's in the middle of a forest, literally, like surrounded by forest, and just have this epic castle in the middle. It's just weird. But and I was there for 2 years. We didn't have like weekends. We trained a lot. We had really funny situations. But the thing is that we kind of lived, work, and shared all the time with the same people, and we are kind of a family in a way, kind of like me and Julia, but just a bit more twisted. And
Oh, I didn't know that.
me neither.
Wow. Oh, jeez.
and we did 12th Night by William Shakespeare, directed by Kirsty Bushell. Kirsty Bushell is she is a beast in terms of the Shakespeare world. She's very well known. She was our director with Laurent, the owner of Fonac, Laurent de Montpalambert, and we just
Wow, I can't
Yeah.
even say his name.
But
That's
that
how
was-
cool it
Wow,
is.
that's amazing.
that was
Oh,
like
wow. You know, it's so
yeah,
serious stuff.
that was like our closing play, like for Fonac. And after that, we were like, this cannot end here. Like, guys, we need to do something about this. Like, we worked so well together. Like, this cannot end here. And that's what we did. 6 months later, we were in Off West London doing the play, putting the play up in the Playground Theatre. Now January 2020, and yes, and now we had plans to do it again in June, but it's been kicked.
Yeah.
Like a year because of all the crisis and everything. But we're gonna be back in February 2021.
Hey, there we go.
Ooh.
Congrats. That's so
A
amazing.
reunion.
Yeah.
That's so cool, and that's amazing. I love that. And okay, so where do you guys what's the future for you guys holding? Where do you guys see yourself in a couple years? And also artistically, where do you guys really think you guys individually are focusing on, and you guys together are focusing on, if that makes sense?
Yeah.
Ooh, very serious
Yeah, that's
question.
actually
I'm loving it. So right now with the podcast, I feel like we're on track. You know, weekly we're sticking with our deadlines and everything, and we're enjoying it. Is what's like really exciting about it. But besides that, I think we're going to be focusing on like a more production element of it. So there's a lot of like creating a brand, like trying to continue to create material and branching off of that.
Yeah.
So whether it's all obviously all due to the followers and like the people who are like motivating us, and that's just so amazing.
Yeah.
So right now we're gonna expand on some writing. Jojo, do you wanna
Yes. So
pick it up?
for us, it's because we like what we're doing now, and I think it's like the heart of our relationship in a way. It's
Yeah.
really like it showcases a lot of. Well, we censor a lot of stuff. We do. We censor a lot of stuff because
We have to.
our conversations just drift off into really nonsensical bullshit. But
It's a lot of editing.
it's a lot of editing. But also I feel like this moment in the world right now is a great opportunity for all of us, like young actors who want to bring to life maybe a short film or a series or it is the time to create. I feel like we have it without pressure, without feeling like you're being haunted down because you have to create, because that's the worst thing. I think if it's born from like a friendship, from friends, and from just the mere fact that you want to put your word out there and bring it to life, I think that's the core of it. But yeah, we want to evolve. We'll see, fingers crossed. But we want to evolve this brand into a company that is not only producing this podcast, but will we'll see, produce maybe with other producing companies, short films or whatever it is that we do.
So to clarify, you guys are taking your podcast and making something bigger off of it that is, in a sense, a production company, so you guys can produce short films and things that you guys are really passionate about.
Sure.
Yeah. But we'll sort of make, quality over quantity. Like, we're not rushing ourselves, and we're not pressuring, as you said, like Jojo, since it's coming out of a place of love. We don't want it to become something that is a burden.
Definitely.
And especially to people who are following us, we don't want to get off track. Like, right now we're in a good place, I feel.
Yeah.
And
also, we just like you, Tris, we have interviews every once in a while that we bring in. People would think are super helpful for artists nowadays. Somebody who can give an insight in terms of like their journey, how they hustled like throughout life, and how they're dealing with the pandemic and etc. We also like to mix it up in a way.
Like, we just have like these ridiculous ideas and we go with it. I mean, when we had this idea about the podcast of creating music based on like words, we thought it was ridiculous, but we did it.
Yeah.
But this time we were thinking about.
I can't even. You go.
I become, the date master because, obviously I'm just so wise.
Of course.
I take Jojo's dating profile, right? And she takes mine and she advertises it. Like, do you want to come on this podcast and you get a date with Jojo? And she'd be like, you get a date with Julia. And so this is like an example of like, we're constantly trying to like push the boundaries of, it may fail. Like, I'm not saying it's going to be a huge success. It may be a terrible idea, but I'm definitely going to find it hilarious when I'm like interrogating these men of, what are your intentions with Jojo? It's going to be good.
I love that.
In my head.
Well, can I ask you guys, what is the biggest challenge to making a podcast, or what is something you've had to overcome when making this whole thing come about?
Ooh.
I think
it must be recently when we did the song for this.
It was the first song we did together.
Yeah, we did a song together, and just the time difference. I didn't know it was like that much of a hassle, but oh my God.
I think it's also the balance. I think Jules and I found a really good balance, and I think that's the good thing. Like, we recorded it, and then when I edit, I send her the things, and she listens to it, and she's like, oh, I think this part needs to be cut. And you're like, okay, I didn't hear that. So it's like, it's good to have somebody who will be honest with you and not be like, oh yeah, it's fine, don't worry about it. It's like,
don't work with someone where you think, like, I feel so comfortable with Jojo, but on a professional level as well. And like, professionally, she takes, it's not even
I don't take it personally.
To the point. Yeah, it's so constructive to hear each other out, and because you're both selling the same product and you're both participating in it, like, you need to each give something and you need to take it on board. Sometimes you have people who are like, actually, this is very personal to me, but it's something to share, I guess, is what's to be said.
All right, guys, now let's get into some personal life. We all love that. It's always one of our favorite parts. What is your guys' most embarrassing story or fact or something that you've went through that has been very, very embarrassing?
One time, we don't have kindergarten in the UK, but I remember it was like my first day of school. I might be exaggerating, but I was wearing like this new skirt. It sounds so bad, I can't do it.
Oh God.
And so I was so excited to go to school, and then we sat down in like the sharing circle. I don't know what the fuck it was called, but let's say it was. And then they were like, crisscross applesauce. And I did that, and then I realised that I'd forgotten my underwear. No, wait, imagine. I was like, this was yesterday. Like, I wasn't in kindergarten, it was high school. No. Yeah, it was like, I was really young, but I don't know why I have such a vivid memory of it.
And our last question of the day, we ask every creator that comes on STL, what advice do you have for creators around the world right now? You gave some of it, but I would love to hear some more, because I feel like you got that creative mind pumping right now.
Ooh, just be easy on yourself.
Yeah, that's good.
If you, I mean, like, it's hard not to compare. Like, it would be stupid of me to say don't compare yourself to others, because it's not just a competitive industry, and you're surrounded by creators, but maybe just take a step back and being like, what am I gonna do about it? Like, and if I'm having such a go at myself, and if I'm demoting, like, don't let it demotivate yourself. Like, find that balance and think, how is this gonna be better for me? You know, and if it's not, you know, you need to find that. You need to find
I love
that.
that. That's a great answer.
Yeah,
That's
I love what you said, Jules. For young creators, I think, you know, don't give up. Too, like, it's so easy. It's so easy to give up.
Yeah.
It's so easy to, I feel like, especially now, it's so easy to give in and to what's going on and to say, oh, the world is fucked. So it's like, it's so easy. It's so easy to deconstruct instead of build. I feel like the hardest thing to do for us is to build. And you need to trust, even when you don't trust yourself, you need to remember why you do this. That's why. And remember, you know, you've got good times, bad times, but great times are ahead, and you have to trust
look
that.
forward to things.
That's great.
Look
You know?
forward to what's to come.
Yeah, and also I feel like creativity-wise, you're not always gonna be great.
Yeah.
Like, and you're not always gonna be fucking
There's
creative.
gonna be some really cringy, like, crickets in that audience, and you're gonna just have to take it.
Well,
No, so
honestly,
I feel like it's also
and I feel like those
Yeah.
are like, sorry to cut you off, but I feel like those are the moments too. It's like the journey to the way there, because those are the moments, the crickets. It's like when you realize, oh wait, that was a good idea. Maybe I just didn't tackle it right. Let's try it this way. And then that's
Yeah.
when you find those perfect ideas and those perfect things that end up being something so much bigger than yourself.
Thank God I'm in an industry where there's constant growth. Like, there's no end game.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like it's in every profession. You're always learning, you're always updating, and that's the same for us. It's no different.
All right, guys, for the last minute, we always let you guys say whatever you want, advertise whatever you want to right now. So go ahead, let everyone know what you're working on, when they can see the podcast, where they can watch the podcast, where they can go follow you guys. Go on. It's all yours.
So much. Oh, come
Okay.
check out our podcast. Why not? Just don't give a shit. Just do it. Why not? Yeah.
Check us out on Spotify, on Sounder FM. It's On That Note Mortals. We can also, please participate on our Instagram account at On That Note Mortals, or in our personal accounts.
We'll give Tristan the information.
Awesome.
He knows what's up. Okay.
All right, guys.
We got good stuff coming.
Got more stuff coming. The future is bright for these two. I loved your guys' dynamic. Thank you for being on the third episode of Sky is the Limit.
Ooh, it was an honor.
I'm glad to hear that. All right, guys. Thank you. Drum roll, please. No, that's not going to be there. See you guys. Love you. And Alfina Zane. Hey, guys. Do you want to be a part of this Sky's Limit? I know you do. I know you do. I know you do. So fill out the Google submissions and show us something creative, because I want to interview you. Come on, you know I do. And also subscribe. I need it, baby. I need you, baby. Let's create a community. Let's have some fun. I want some baby back ribs. Sorry, that was just like me being me. Bye.